gentlemen, Randy here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to Westbridge Hills. A very snowy and wintry day here on the map. A 10-year anniversary revisit of the map here again. By the way, we're currently into the month of February here, and yeah, it has apparently snowed, Evan. And it is still snowing, so I think that means we can't harvest here, but I'm going to give it a try. We'll just see what happens here. We have both fields ready to harvest here at the moment. Both the canola and, was it wheat or barley we planted last episode? That was indeed wheat. So yes, both the wheat field and the barley field are ready. Both at the same time. Even though we planted the barley, or I'm sorry, the wheat, even though we planted the wheat here, oh, that was what, a couple of days later than the canola, I think? I don't remember exactly how many days it was, but I know we didn't plant them both on the same day. Again, just apparently the canola is set to take longer to grow than the wheat is. So, anyway, let's see what happens. Is the game going to get mad at me if I try to harvest this? And if so, we'll just fast forward time, skip time, whatever it takes here. Oh, even our combine's starting to snowy. Oh, boy. Look at that. It's actually snow on top of the roof, too. That's kind of cool. Yes, this was something we didn't have back in Farming Simulator 2013, right, Evan? Oh, yeah, harvest while it rains. Yeah, well, we don't want to do that. Because whatever it reduces yield by, is a significant amount. So, let's just fast forward time here a little bit, see if we get rid of that snow. Hopefully this isn't like the Upper Mississippi River Valley. For those of you who remember that map, you get snow on that map, Evan. It would just, like, come, was it December, whenever, I forget what day it started snowing, but once it started snowing in that map, it never stopped snowing all the way till like February or March or something like that. I think it was like the first week of March, or first day of March, right? I think it was the first day of March is when it finally stopped snowing. So, and of course on that map, when you could harvest soybeans in December, but like if it started snowing, there wasn't much you could do, Evan. Again, I suppose you could cheat, but outside of cheating, Evan, wasn't much you could do about it. And it is not stopping snowing here either, so... Yeah, makes a pretty good screenshot there, though, if you ask me, Evan. Grab a screenshot while we wait for the snow to stop. Maybe it's not going to stop, Evan. Maybe we're just going to have to skip to the month of March, which is fine if that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Maybe we just crank this up a little more here a minute. Even faster yet. I'm not sure how fast this goes. I'm going to crank it up like a lot. Nope, it's going to keep on snowing. Okay, well, to the month of March we go, I guess. And then hopefully the month of March here. Hopefully we don't have to skip more than that. I could sleep for the night. Oh, there we go. And it has stopped snowing. But I'd rather not. I don't know about you folks to harvest in the dark. Although it's actually not that dark here at the moment. That moon must be shining quite bright here with the snow. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Let's get ourselves back to morning here. Okay, maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I'm good with that. It's bright enough outside. Snow has stopped. Still on the ground yet. We'll see once that goes away, though. Let's turn that on. And by that, I mean GPS. And we are running 90 degrees auto with that. Moment on the combine. Can't see my lines at all. They're probably buried underneath the snow there, but we are on the GPS line. And by the way, Evan, you can actually adjust that. So maybe for some reason you can't see your GPS lines. It's a situation like this. Maybe it's under the snow, Evan. You can let's see, line offset. So yeah, you can crank up your line offset here, Evan. So just I don't know, try one. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it. Line's a little bit higher. Probably 7.5, yeah, 7.5. It's about right there. Or maybe if you're like a tall crop like corn or something, and you want to see the line above the crop, you can do that if you want. Just change that line offset value, crank it up, and then you should see your line, whatever you set it to, right? I think we can get straw for this, can we? Yeah, straw is not available for the current crop. Okay, I didn't think so. Just checking. I know, again, our previous map, Evan, we could do straw for pretty much everything. Although, straw for canola, straw for corn, Kind of a little weird there, if you ask me, because, yeah, those crops, yeah, you can get straw from them, right, everyone, but most farmers do not. Because, for one thing, like soybeans, there's just not that much material. And for those of you who've ever baled soybeans before, if you've ever even seen soybeans baled before, everyone, wow, does it look messy. Like the black smoke that just comes out of the baler, everyone. It's just like, do I need to call the fire department here? Because that does not look good. Yeah, just it's the black dust off the soybean. I think it's like a form of mold or something like that. You folks that know more about this can let me know. But yeah, that black dust that just comes off those soybeans. If you try to bale soybean straw, doesn't look good. That's for sure. And again, like I said too, I mean, like the soybeans too. And same thing almost with canola. Maybe not quite as bad as soybeans, but probably about the same amount, right? There's just not that much material left of the plant once you harvest. Like if you go to harvest soybeans, Evan, by the time that plant is done drying down, there's not much there anymore. Now, at least when you bale corn, which again, probably not super common, but at least when you bale corn, there's a fair amount of material there, right? You know, corn has a fair amount of material to it, so. Snow seems to be sticking around here so far. I thought maybe the snow would go away. Here's what the temperature is. We'll go check that here in just a moment. Back up on our line here. What is our weather looking like? Oh, yeah, it's currently 35 degrees, Evan. So if I had to guess, that snow is probably not going to stick around real long. Get to the month of April there, we're going to climb right up to 61 degrees. Whoa, month of July is going to be a bit of a cooker there. Oh, never mind, Evan. The month of September apparently is going to be the cooker here. 101 degrees. Wow. And I think that's the low number right there. 70 degrees, that's the low. Yeah, nah, no thank you. No thank you. I think we'll just we'll skip that month. Yeah, go to Antarctica or something for that month. That sounds like a good idea there, if you ask me. Anyway, got him running the Case 7150 here combine. Got a what's this like? I'm not sure exactly what they consider this head to be on one. Like a. They considered it a 30-foot, and it's not quite a 30-foot, or they considered it a 25, and they made it a little extra. I don't know. Somewhere between 25 and 30 there, one. We could probably run a larger head on this combine, I would think. I mean, it is a 7150, so class 7 machine. I don't know necessarily about maybe putting a, 45 or anything larger than that on this combine, but we could probably for sure run a 40-foot on this combine, I would think. And now that we have 2 fields, we might want to look into doing that here a little bit more. Speaking of 2 fields, again, like I said, both fields are ready to harvest here, field 17 as well. So once we're done with the canola here, we'll have to move right on to the next field here, and we'll work on getting these fields replanted here as well. Speaking of which, by the way, when you folks may notice the money up in the top corner there, and I don't know, are we out of oats? Yes, we are. The grain mill is completely out of everything, so no more money coming in from that. But yes, we took all of our crops down to the grain mill, everyone, and that grain mill's been slowly producing oats there. Oat straw, or oat flour, oat flour that is. And yes, we're just straight up selling that. Again, if you wanted to, I suppose you could argue kind of playing the market a little bit more. You could probably make a little bit more money that way. I'm not sure exactly how much more, because even when you sell produced stuff, everyone, there are certain months where it is better to sell. Although I said at this point, too, at this point in the game, money is probably better than playing the market. And speaking of spending that money, by the way, as I've already mentioned, would be nice to have another medium-sized tractor. And I say medium-sized, I'm not small, because I'm considering that other tractor we have, that Maxim, I'm going to consider that a small tractor. So it'd be nice to have a nice medium-sized tractor. And then I would also like to get into row crops. So corn planter, and then of course the header for the combine will be needed. And I'm pretty sure we can, I don't know about the tractor part of it. We'll have to see once about that. But at least as far as corn planters and headers go, I think we can manage that. Probably won't do that here this episode. We'll stick with the harvest in here this episode. But once we're done harvesting one, we'll definitely be looking at planters here. I don't know if I have any, like, Case IH plant. Oh, I do actually have Case IH. Oh, boy, but, wow. They might break the bank. I have 149,000. Okay, well. Okay, I do have a little bit cheaper one. Yes. The Case IH 950 Cyclo. I forgot about the early rise. We do have the early rise planters in here. I don't know. You know what? I will leave it to you folks in the comments. Let me know of them. What do you folks think? Should we go with a 2150 early rise planter? And if we do, probably go with just a 12 row for now, I guess. Much as I like to have a larger one, I think a 12 row will suffice. We are almost full here. We'll have to get our trailers pulled over here in a minute. And I guess if we don't want to spend that much money, like I said, we do have the option of the 91, or not the 9150, the 9050, right? 950 Cyclo. Case International, that is also a Case planter there. Not part of this pack, of course, by the way. Which comes with a, what is it, 12, 16, and a 24-row planter. Oh, come on, stop. Yeah, I've noticed on the auto stop mod there doesn't seem to work quite as well as it did back in Farming Simulator 19 there. Back in 19, everyone, that mod would like stop the combine dead in its tracks. Once it was full as boom, there, we were stopped right there. That doesn't seem to happen quite as much here anymore in 22, I've noticed. This weather might have something to do with it as well, but I'm not sure. I'm fairly certain when you have snow out of one, seems like, yeah, even there you can see we're slipping. Pretty sure Giants is like, made it so that the snow is more slippery. Has less traction on it, right? Takes longer to stop. Easier to do burnouts. I mean, not that I know anything about that. Okay, there we go. And as I keep saying for this series of it, again, we're playing with some of the stuff turned off, such as seasonal growth here. So, I mean, last episode we were working on replanting, right, everyone? This episode, we're right back to harvesting here again. Just seems like the gameplay goes much, much quicker without seasonal growth turned on. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just making note of it. It just definitely feels like it does speed up the gameplay, that is for sure. Okay, back to harvesting. And as I've said before, too, just to be clear, I don't plan on doing like a full-length series on this map, I didn't think. Not entirely sure how long that series will be here, everyone, but probably will be a little bit shorter than our normal series here. Just, again, we're going back to this map. I'm going to check it out. Like I said, it's been 10 years, and I don't know if you folks, I'm kind of having fun playing on this map here. I didn't mind this map back in 2013. I thought it was a halfway decent map back then. And for those who never played on it, it seems like a halfway decent map now as well. Again, this is actually the map made by Giants. And, I mean, if you look at the map, it's actually got fields on it. Everyone, like, look at all those fields. At least part down in this section. I mean, got the whole town area and stuff up there, right? But it seems like that's always what I've noticed with the maps that Giants do, everyone. The fields seem like they're always scattered about, right? At least that's what I've always felt anyway. This map feels a little different than most of Giants' normal maps, in my opinion. Anyway, with that being said, let's head over to the comment section here in a moment, see what you folks had to say here. And starting with the first one here from Mathos, can we fix that missing spot on the field by the farm? Oh, the missing spot? Oh, actually, you know what? You can't even see it anymore. See? No, we fixed it there, Mathos. It is fixed. Though, I think if you go to this, yeah, see, okay, it still shows up on that screen yet. Just don't look at that screen. Just don't look at that screen. Just look at this one here, and it's all fixed. All good, right? That was from the hired worker there when they planted that one. I didn't notice that the hired worker stopped short and turned around. I caught the hired worker doing all the ones up by the trees here, but I did not catch that the hired worker missed down by that farmhouse, unfortunately, so, oh well. Hetro was saying you should just sell the animals and get a 7R. You will feel a lot better. This is probably some good advice there, Hetro. Good advice. Yeah, if you're not feeling good, I would just go buy yourself a John Deere tractor. Solve all your problems, right? It's actually not a half bad idea of selling our animals. Again, I did not actually realize it until like a couple episodes ago, Evan, but we actually have animals on the map here. Again, never even realized, Evan, until I started looking like, wait a minute. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I could have swore we had cows at 1.2. I don't think it's possible for the animals to die, is it? Don't know, Evan. The chickens certainly, I don't think have died yet. There's 50, 50, 50. The sheep, weird numbers like 8, 15, 15, 8, 8, 3, 8. I have no idea what's up with the numbers there on those, Evan, but we could definitely sell the animals. They're probably not worth a whole lot, being that they're not fed and their health is, I don't think you'd even say declining at this point, because I think their health has pretty much declined as far as it can go. Again, never even realized we had animals, Evan, otherwise I probably would have fed them. I don't know if we even have anything we can feed them with here at this point. Sheep would probably need grass, right? Yeah, sheep need grass. Chickens, grain? I don't know if we can give them canola or not. Suppose we can try. Mason was saying, overkill? Never heard of her. And besides, it's a red tractor. They always struggle, especially in real life. Mason was also saying, I've seen Farming Simulator crash so hard that it wipes the backup files as well. Amazing video. Here's to 2024. Well, hey, thank you very much for that there, Mason. I'm just trying to picture how Farming Simulator would crash so hard that it would wipe out the data files. Well, I'm just not picturing that scenario ever happening. But okay, anyway, I guess according to Mason, he says it's possible. Hey, let's go with this, Evan. Mason says it's possible. I'm going to go on record saying the game cannot crash that hard that it would wipe out the save games as well. The backups, anyway. Now, with that being said, Evan, if it is possible, and if it does happen, for those of you at least playing on the PC with the Steam version of the game, Steam supposedly automatically backs up your save games as well. So just maybe something worth noting there as well. So if your save game, like, backups are gone too, you can always check and see if Steam has them. Hetro saying good video. Thank you very much for that. Norton saying that fertilizer spreader is something Americans would use to fertilize their lawns, not a large field. That is a good comment there, Norton. That is a good one. Oh, and there's probably, like so much truth to that as well. Like, you don't see fertilizer spreaders around here like that. And just, yeah, those type of fertilizer spreaders do not exist. At least not that I've ever seen. Unless, like you said, like Norton there, you're fertilizing your lawn with them, maybe. Just another, one of those interesting things out in between the European and the American equipment, right? And again, generally speaking, I realize there's some exceptions to this, but generally speaking, like, fertilizer spreaders like this don't exist in America. Like, we don't use fertilizer spreaders like this. Like, this would be a fertilizer spreader. This would be like the small fertilizer spreader, right? Like, that would be the small one, Evan. Or, of course, you got the self-propelled ones. So, again, These, yeah, just you don't see fertilizer spreaders like this. I'm not sure what the reason, just too small maybe. I presume that's probably why you don't see them in America, Evan. Too small of a fertilizer spreader, I'm assuming, but I could be wrong. Christopher was saying, I'm first. Good video, keep it up. Well, hey, thank you very much for that. And, you're first, huh? Well, congratulations. Oh, that turn went around a little quicker than I thought it would. Like I was saying about the snow being a little bit slipperier than just regular dirt here in the game. So we're making some good progress harvesting here, though, so far. What are we, probably good half done on the field here? Oh, yeah, we're well over half done. I would make pretty good progress on this. We'll obviously come back next episode. We'll start on our wheat field there. Probably just throw a hired worker on that. Hired worker go on that. We'll maybe do some work on this field. And again, hopefully maybe we'll look into making some purchases as well. One, again, corn planter. Speaking of planter too, we need a row crop header for the combine. How much is that going to cost us here? So Case IH 44, so about 53,000. And that's probably about the right size header for this combine. Yes, it is. Case Axial Flow 7150. It's the one it says it goes with. I mean, couldn't go with a Capello as well, but looks like the Case IH here is going to be the cheapest head here for corn. Actually, they're all the same price. Interesting. The John Deere, the Case, and the New Holland. Now, of course, if we want to save a little bit of money, I mean, we could go with this weird header here. And I am still trying to figure this header out. You folks maybe can help me out on this. For those of you who have not looked in the game here before, but like, who uses this header? Everyone, count the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-row header. Actually, what's the combine does this go with? Oh, it goes to that. Okay. A 5-row corn header. Everyone, have you folks ever seen a 5-row corn header? I know for myself, I have not. I mean, I've seen 2 rows. I have seen 4 rows. I have seen 6, 8, 12. I don't think there's such thing as 10. I don't think I've ever seen a 10 either. So, but 5 rows, like 5? No idea, man. And again, as we've discussed many times before on this channel, farmers usually like to match their planter to their header size on their combine, right? So if you're running a 6-row planter, you're probably going to want to run a 6-row combine head. Or maybe you're running, let's just pick a 12-row planter. I've been running a 12-row planter. Well, if you're running a 12-row planter, you've got a couple different options, right? You can run a 12-row harvesting head. Great. Or maybe you can run a 4-row or a 6-row. You can run any one of those combinations, right? Those will all fit inside of that that planter size. You probably would not run an 8-row, of course, by the way. 8 doesn't work out real well. You harvest the first set of 8 from that 12. Then you have 4 left over. Well, those 4 are going to have to overlap in the next. And, yeah. Now, the GPS having becoming more of a thing. Possible that, matching your header size to your planter size might not be quite as important anymore. Or at least back in the day, when, again, farmers like to match those up. RC Win was saying Happy New Year to your family. Hey, thank you very much for that. He was also saying sell the animals, the chickens at least. That might make you a little bit more money for a row crop seeder and a planter. And I would also say a tractor too, by the way. So, yeah, if we buy the Case IH planter, the 12-row. Okay, I can't check. It's both 12 rows. If we buy the newer Case IH planter there, let me rephrase that. If we buy the newer Case IH planter one, and we buy the 8-row corn head for the combine here, which actually, that 8-row, oh well, we're going to have to break the rules, that one, because I don't think I have an 8-row Case IH planter in the game. Yeah, oh well, breaking some rules there, I guess, technically, right? That'll be about $200,000. That'll leave us with 150 for a tractor, maybe. Or if we buy the other planter, that'll cost us about $100,000 and leave us $250,000 for a tractor. Probably a better chance to get a good tractor for that price. Radioactive was saying, man, I remember playing this game back in the day. I finally got to relive those memories when I found this on the Xbox version Farming Simulator 22. Love the new additions and the new things to do. I absolutely have to agree with you there, Radioactive. Absolutely have to agree with you. I like the new additions, sort of. I like the productions being on the map of one. I don't necessarily like some of the layouts as far as the sell points and the productions go. I've complained about this before. The sell points and the productions, at least that I've been to so far, but seem like they're very tight and very hard to get into. Probably got a very heavy European influence on it, if I had to guess. They're just my theory. Could be wrong, but Mason was saying, we have life. First comment of 2024, because why not? You know, I can't argue with Mason on that one, everyone. He's got a pretty good point. I mean, first comment for 2024. Why not? You know, he's got a point. Yeah, like I said, it looks like we're making some pretty good progress here. But as far as progress is concerned, I think it is time to stop the progress here on this video, Evan. Time to wrap it up here for today's episode. So with that, you folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.